In a world filled with desires, distractions, and endless opinions, the mind often stirs like turbulent waters, pulled and pushed by each passing wave. This restlessness keeps us tethered to the whims of external circumstances, leading to emotional highs and lows that steal our peace. Yet, Zen and Buddhist teachings remind us of a powerful truth: one can cultivate the ability to act as if nothing bothers you. This isn't about suppressing emotions or ignoring reality. Rather, it's the practice of equanimity, profound inner calm that remains unaffected by life's ebb and flow. A saying from Zen philosophy captures it well: be like the lotus, untouched by the mud around it. Just as the lotus grows in muddy waters yet remains pristine, one can cultivate a mind that rises above external disturbances. But this teaching is more than mere philosophy, it's a way of life, a journey to inner freedom and resilience. Let us enter a story of a wanderer who mastered this art, an individual who learned to live in harmony with the chaos around them without ever allowing it to disrupt their peace, the birth of restlessness. The story begins with a seeker, a person who spent their days moving from place to place, searching for answers, eager to understand the deeper meanings of life. The seeker's heart was filled with questions. Why is it that some people seem untroubled, they're calm like a stone amidst a river's rapid flow? Why did every minor inconvenience leave them restless? Agitated and irritable, the seeker observed that even the smallest criticisms from others, the briefest delays, or the simplest setbacks could leave them feeling disturbed for hours, if not days. Each new disappointment added another weight to their mind, and over time, this restlessness became an endless cycle, churning within them, filling every waking moment with turmoil. The seeker sought wisdom from different teachers, who each offered fragments of advice. Some suggested ways to control the mind, others offered techniques to numb feelings. Yet, despite all these efforts, peace eluded them. The seeker soon realized they were merely covering up their reactions, not truly free from them. They yearned for genuine peace, a state where external disturbances would lose their grip on the mind. The meeting with the sage. One day, the seeker encountered a sage known for their profound insight and imperturbable calm. This sage was known to embody the very essence of peace. No matter how chaotic the surroundings became, this sage moved through life with a steady presence, untouched by anger, frustration, or despair. To those around, the sage appeared almost otherworldly, for nothing seemed to bother them. The seeker, curious and hopeful, approached the sage with a question: how is it possible that you remain so calm when the world around us is filled with so much strife? How do you act as if nothing bothers you? The sage smiled, recognizing the restlessness in the seeker's eyes. You seek freedom from disturbance, the sage replied, but what you truly need is to understand the nature of disturbance itself. The sage gestured to a nearby pond and asked the seeker to throw a stone into it. The seeker did as instructed, and the stone created ripples that spread across the water. Observe the water, the sage said. The ripples are like your reactions, the disturbances of the mind. But at the bottom of the pond, the water remains calm and still. Just as the surface reacts to the stone, the mind reacts to life's events. Yet, beneath that surface lies a depth untouched by the disturbances above. This was the first lesson: beneath the mind's agitated surface, there exists a deeper, quieter place that can remain undisturbed no matter what life brings, the art of non-reaction. The sage continued the lesson by sharing an ancient teaching: one who masters the art of non-reaction is like a mountain that stands unmoved by the winds. But the seeker protested, "How can one not react? When others insult, disappoint, or hurt us, how can we remain unaffected?" The sage responded with a question, "Why do you accept the disturbances of others as if they belong to you? When someone speaks ill of you, it is like them holding a piece of burning coal. If you choose not to pick it up, you will not get burned. Yet, each time you react, you reach out and take that coal, harming yourself in the process." This metaphor struck the seeker deeply. The sage explained further, to act as if nothing bothers you is not to ignore life, but to engage with it without attaching yourself to its results. When we stop identifying with the actions, words, and thoughts of others, we create a gap between ourselves and the disturbances they bring. This gap is freedom, embracing impermanence. The next lesson was on impermanence, one of the most powerful principles in Buddhist philosophy. The sage pointed out, all things in life are like passing clouds. They come and they go. Yet, when we cling to them, we trap ourselves in endless cycles of attachment and suffering. The seeker pondered this, recognizing that much of their restlessness arose from clinging to praise, to security, to opinions. Each time they grasped at something to anchor their peace, they became dependent on it. But the peace that relies on anything external is a fragile peace, easily shattered. The sage shared a story of a tree that stood in the middle of a meadow. This tree had endured countless seasons, standing through storms, rain, and sunshine without moving. Its strength came not from resisting nature but from embracing it. Like that tree, the sage said, learn to be deeply rooted within yourself. When you realize that everything is temporary, you can let go of the need to control or be disturbed by things beyond your control. For the seeker, this was a powerful realization. Life is in constant motion, and each moment of attachment creates suffering. Only by releasing attachment could they cultivate a mind unbothered by life's fluctuations, practicing stillness in action. The next part of the journey involved putting the teachings into practice. The sage instructed the seeker to spend time in solitude, observing their thoughts and emotions without judgment or reaction. Each day, the seeker would sit in silence, paying attention to the waves of irritation, desire, and fear that arose within. At first, it was difficult. The mind, like an unruly child, rebelled, pulling the seeker into whirlpools of emotions. But over time, they began to witness a subtle change. When they allowed each emotion to arise and pass without interference, the emotions became less powerful. The waves grew smaller, and beneath them, a sense of stillness emerged. One day, a group of travelers passed by, and one of them mocked the seeker's practice, calling it pointless. The seeker felt the sting of insult but remembered the lesson of the pond. They remained silent, watching the feelings arise, observing them without taking ownership. Soon, the disturbance faded away like ripples on a calm pond. Through this practice, the seeker learned that to act as if nothing bothers you is to cultivate a state of openness and non-judgment. Allowing each experience to pass without clinging or resistance, true strength lies in surrender. The sage had one final lesson for the seeker: surrender. This surrender is not about giving up or resigning but letting go of the constant need to control. The sage explained, the highest form of strength is not to dominate or overcome but to flow like water, bending and adapting without losing its essence. The seeker understood that by surrendering to life's unpredictability, they could find the ultimate freedom. Rather than trying to change every circumstance to suit their preferences, they learned to trust in the flow of life. With surrender came a profound inner strength, the strength to remain steady, unmoved, and, above all, at peace. As the seeker embraced this final teaching, they felt a profound transformation. Life's disturbances, once so overwhelming, now seemed insignificant. With a heart unbound by desire and a mind untouched by reactions, the seeker finally understood what it meant to act as if nothing bothers you, the peace beyond reactions. Years passed, and the seeker became known as a wise teacher, guiding others toward this profound inner stillness. To those who came seeking answers, the teacher shared the same lessons learned from the sage: to observe without attachment, to embrace impermanence, to practice non-reaction, and to find strength in surrender. One day, a student asked, "How do I know I am truly free from disturbances?" The teacher replied with a gentle smile, "When you can walk through the storms of life with a mind as calm as the center of a hurricane, then you will know peace. Until then, continue to practice and watch as each wave of reaction diminishes, revealing the quiet depth of your true self." In this way, the teaching lived on, passed from one seeker to the next, like an endless stream of wisdom flowing through time. And so, the story reminds us that true peace is not found in controlling the world around us, but in mastering the mind within. To act as if nothing bothers you is to discover a freedom beyond the reach of any disturbance. A place where peace is as constant and unwavering as the stillness within. Thanks for watching. Hope enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Just click the subscribe button below and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Also, feel free to leave a comment and let me know what you'd like to see next. See you in the next video. Being intelligent in life is important because it enables you to adapt to new situations, solve problems, make informed decisions, and ultimately succeed in various aspects of life, including education, career, relationships, and personal growth. Before we dive into today's video, I want to remind you to hit that subscribe button below and turn on notifications so you never miss out on future content. Your support means the world to me, and subscribing helps the channel grow. Now, let's get into it. Once upon a time, in a tranquil village nestled between mist-covered mountains and lush green forests, there lived a wise old monk named Master Hanako. Master Hanako was known throughout the land for his profound wisdom and gentle demeanor. People from far and wide would travel to seek his counsel on matters both mundane and profound. One crisp autumn morning, as the leaves turned golden and the air carried the scent of change, a young traveler named Sora arrived at the gates of Master Hanako's monastery. Sora was a bright and curious soul, eager to learn and grow. He had heard tales of Master Hanako's wisdom and sought guidance on his journey. With a humble bow, Sora approached Master Hanako and asked, "Master, I seek knowledge and understanding. How can I recognize true intelligence within myself and others?" Master Hanako smiled softly and motioned for Sora to sit beside him beneath a towering cherry blossom tree. "Listen closely, young one," he said, his voice carrying the weight of centuries of knowledge. "True intelligence is not measured by academic achievements or worldly success. It is revealed through the depths of one's character and the clarity of one's mind." And so, Master Hanako began to share with Sora the 12 signs of true intelligence, each accompanied by a story or parable to illustrate its meaning. 1. Curiosity. Master Hanako recounted the tale of a young monk who wandered the forests in search of enlightenment. Along his journey, he encountered countless wonders and mysteries, each sparking his curiosity and fueling his quest for knowledge. True intelligence begins with a thirst for understanding, Master Hanako explained. Never lose your sense of wonder, for it is the gateway to wisdom. 2. Open-mindedness. In another story, Master Hanako spoke of a stubborn merchant who refused to consider any viewpoint other than his own. Despite his wealth and success, he remained closed off to new ideas and perspectives. True intelligence requires humility and receptivity, Master Hanako said. Only by opening your mind can you embrace the vastness of truth. 3. Empathy. Master Hanako shared the tale of a compassionate healer who tended to the sick and suffering with boundless kindness and understanding. True intelligence extends beyond the realm of intellect, he said. It is the ability to feel deeply and connect with the hearts of others. 4. Resilience. Through the story of a resilient bamboo shoot that bent but never broke in the face of fierce winds, Master Hanako taught Sora the importance of perseverance and adaptability. True intelligence is not merely about knowledge, he explained. It is the strength to endure hardships and emerge stronger than before. 5. Humility. Recounting the legend of a humble sage who lived a simple life of service to others, Master Hanako emphasized the virtue of humility. True intelligence is not boastful or prideful, he said. It recognizes that wisdom resides in every being, no matter their station in life. 6. Creativity. Master Hanako shared the story of a visionary artist who transformed ordinary clay into breathtaking sculptures that stirred the soul. True intelligence embraces the power of imagination and innovation, he said. It sees beyond the confines of convention and dares to create something new. 7. Critical thinking. Through the tale of a wise judge who weighed evidence with discernment and wisdom, Master Hanako illustrated the importance of critical thinking. True intelligence questions assumptions and seeks truth with clarity and reason, he said. It is not swayed by emotion or bias, but guided by logic and insight. 8. Self-awareness. Master Hanako recounted the journey of a seeker who embarked on a quest to understand the depths of his own soul. True intelligence begins with self-awareness, he said. It is the mirror that reflects the true nature of our thoughts, emotions, and desires. 9. Adaptability. Through the story of a cunning fox who thrived in ever-changing environments, Master Hanako taught Sora the value of adaptability. True intelligence is agile and flexible, he said. It embraces change as an opportunity for growth, rather than a threat to stability. 10. Integrity. Recounting the legend of a noble warrior who upheld his principles even in the face of temptation and adversity, Master Hanako emphasized the importance of integrity. True intelligence is guided by moral courage and ethical conduct, he said. It recognizes that true strength lies in righteousness, not in the pursuit of power or wealth. 11. Gratitude. Master Hanako shared the story of a grateful traveler who found joy and abundance in the simple blessings of life. True intelligence appreciates the beauty and abundance that surrounds us. He said, it is the foundation of contentment and fulfillment. 12. Spiritual insight. Finally, Master Hanako spoke of the profound wisdom that arises from deep contemplation and spiritual practice. True intelligence transcends the limitations of the material world, he said. It is the light that illuminates the path to enlightenment and liberation. As Master Hanako concluded his teachings, Sora felt a sense of awe and reverence wash over him. He realized that true intelligence was not merely a matter of intellect, but a journey of the soul, a journey of self-discovery, growth, and awakening. With a grateful bow, Sora thanked Master Hanako for his wisdom and guidance. As he embarked on his journey once more, he carried within him the timeless lessons of the 12 signs of true intelligence, knowing that they would illuminate his path wherever it may lead. And so, under the watchful gaze of the cherry blossom tree, the young traveler ventured forth into the world, his heart ablaze with the light of true wisdom. The story of Master Hanako and the 12 signs of true intelligence imparts several valuable lessons that can guide us on our journey through life. 1. Curiosity leads to wisdom. Embrace curiosity and never cease seeking knowledge and understanding. The thirst for learning opens doors to new perspectives and insights. 2. Open-mindedness fosters growth. Approach life with an open mind and a willingness to consider diverse viewpoints. By remaining receptive to new ideas, we expand our understanding of the world. 3. Empathy cultivates connection. Cultivate empathy and compassion for others. By understanding and sharing in the experiences of those around us, we strengthen our bonds and create a more compassionate world. 4. Resilience breeds strength. Develop resilience in the face of adversity. Life's challenges may bend us, but they do not have to break us. By embracing resilience, we find the strength to persevere and thrive. 5. Humility is a mark of greatness. Practice humility and acknowledge the wisdom that resides in every being. True intelligence recognizes that we are all interconnected and part of something greater than ourselves. 6. Creativity sparks innovation. Harness the power of creativity to imagine and create anew. By thinking outside the box, we unlock endless possibilities for innovation and growth. 7. Critical thinking leads to truth. Engage in critical thinking and question assumptions with clarity and reason. By discerning truth from falsehood, we navigate life with wisdom and integrity. 8. Self-awareness is essential. Cultivate self-awareness to understand our thoughts, emotions, and desires. By knowing ourselves deeply, we embark on a journey of self-discovery and personal growth. 9. Adaptability ensures survival. Embrace adaptability and welcome change as an opportunity for growth. By remaining flexible in the face of uncertainty, we thrive in ever-changing environments. 10. Integrity is paramount. Uphold integrity and moral courage in all that we do. By staying true to our principles, we build trust, respect, and authenticity in our relationships. 11. Gratitude brings joy. Practice gratitude for the blessings of life, both big and small. By cultivating an attitude of gratitude, we find contentment and joy in the present moment. 12. Spiritual insight leads to enlightenment. Seek spiritual insight and contemplation to connect with the deeper truths of existence. By nurturing our spiritual growth, we awaken to the inherent wisdom and divinity within ourselves and the world around us. By embracing these lessons, we can journey towards a life of true intelligence, a life filled with wisdom, compassion, and purpose. Thanks for watching. Hope enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Just click the subscribe button below and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Also, Feel free to leave a comment and let me know what you'd like to see next. See you in the next video. In the heart of Japan, in a small village cradled by rolling hills and cherry blossom trees, lived a man named Haruki. Haruki was known throughout the village for his craftsmanship, his intricate pottery admired far and wide. Yet, despite his skill and the beauty of his work, Haruki was plagued by persistent illness. His body was frail, often racked with fevers and pains that no doctor could cure. As seasons changed, Haruki's health only seemed to worsen, leaving him desperate and despondent. One autumn afternoon, as the leaves turned fiery red and gold, Haruki sat in his workshop, struggling to finish a simple vase. His hands trembled, his breath shallow and labored. Tears welled in his eyes as he lamented his misfortune. It was then that a gentle knock echoed through his humble home. He rose slowly and opened the door to find an old monk standing before him, his robes tattered but his eyes sparkling with wisdom. "Good day, Haruki," the monk greeted with a bow. "I am Master Ryo, from the Zen monastery in the mountains. I have heard of your plight and come to offer you guidance." Haruki bowed deeply, inviting the monk inside. "Master Ryo, I am honored by your visit. Please, if there is any way you can help me, I am willing to learn." Master Ryo smiled, his face a tapestry of time and serenity. "I believe there is a way, Haruki, but it requires your utmost dedication and faith. It is the practice of mindful breathing. A path to not only peace but also to health." Haruki listened intently as Master Ryo began to explain the basics of Zen and the importance of the breath. They sat cross-legged on the floor of Haruki's workshop, the scent of clay and earth mingling with the crisp autumn air. "Breath is the essence of life," Master Ryo began. "It is the bridge between our body and mind, the thread that connects us to the present moment. To breathe mindfully is to live fully, to nourish every cell and calm every storm within us." Haruki nodded, his eyes wide with curiosity. "But Master, how can breathing cure my ailments? How can something so simple hold such power?" "The power lies in its simplicity," Master Ryo replied. "When we breathe mindfully, we bring our awareness to the present moment. We slow down, we center ourselves, and we allow our bodies to heal naturally. Illness often thrives in stress and distraction. By focusing on our breath, we can create a sanctuary of peace within us." The monk instructed Haruki to sit comfortably and close his eyes. "Feel the breath as it enters your nostrils, cool and refreshing. Follow it as it travels down into your lungs, expanding your chest. Hold it for a moment, then release it slowly, feeling the warmth as it leaves your body." Haruki did as he was told, his initial breaths shallow and erratic. But as he continued, his breath began to steady, deepening with each inhale and exhale. Master Ryo's calming presence and gentle guidance helped him to focus, and soon Haruki felt a sense of tranquility wash over him. In the days that followed, Haruki practiced mindful breathing every morning and evening. At first, it was challenging. His mind would wander, thoughts of his illness and unfinished work intruding upon his practice. But Master Ryo assured him that this was natural. "Do not judge yourself for wandering thoughts," the monk advised. "Simply acknowledge them and gently return your focus to your breath. Over time, you will find it easier to maintain your attention." Haruki persisted, his dedication unwavering. He began to notice subtle changes in his body and mind. His breath grew deeper, his heart beat steadier. He found himself more present in his daily tasks, the act of shaping clay becoming a meditative practice in itself. Each piece he created seemed to reflect his inner calm, the beauty of his pottery more profound than ever before. Weeks turned into months, and Haruki's health began to improve. The fevers that had once tormented him subsided, his aches and pains diminished. He felt a newfound energy coursing through his veins, a vitality he had not known in years. The villagers marveled at the transformation, whispering of the miracle that had befallen the potter. One spring morning, as cherry blossoms drifted on the breeze like pink snow, Master Ryo visited Haruki once more. They walked through the village together, the monk listening attentively as Haruki recounted his journey. "I feel as though I have been given a second chance at life," Haruki said, his voice filled with gratitude. "Your teachings have healed me, Master Ryo. I no longer fear my illness." Master Ryo smiled, his eyes twinkling with pride. "You have healed yourself, Haruki. I merely showed you the path. Remember, the breath is always with you, a constant companion on your journey. Continue to honor it, and you will maintain your health and peace." As the years passed, Haruki continued to practice mindful breathing, deepening his understanding of Zen principles. He learned that breath was not just a tool for physical healing, but a gateway to spiritual enlightenment. Through his practice, he began to experience profound insights into the nature of existence and the interconnectedness of all things. One evening, as the sun set behind the mountains, casting a golden glow over the village, Haruki sat in meditation by a small stream. The sound of water flowing over stones mingled with the rhythm of his breath, creating a symphony of serenity. In that moment, he felt a profound connection to the world around him, a sense of unity that transcended his individual self. He realized that his journey of healing was not just about curing his physical ailments, but about embracing the wholeness of life. Every breath he took was a reminder of the preciousness of each moment, a testament to the beauty of existence. Inspired by his transformation, Haruki decided to share his newfound wisdom with others. He began to teach mindful breathing to the villagers, holding sessions in his workshop. People of all ages came to learn, drawn by the promise of peace and wellness. Among his students was a young girl named Aiko, who suffered from frequent anxiety and insomnia. Haruki took her under his wing, teaching her the same techniques Master Ryo had taught him. With patience and practice, Aiko learned to calm her mind and find solace in her breath. Her sleep improved, and her anxiety lessened, filling her with a sense of empowerment. Haruki's teaching spread beyond the village, reaching neighboring communities and even the city. People from all walks of life sought his guidance, eager to experience the healing power of mindful breathing. Haruki became known as a healer and a sage, his humble workshop a sanctuary for those in need. Years later, as Haruki sat by the stream once more, now a respected elder in his community, he felt a familiar presence beside him. Master Ryo had returned, his eyes still sparkling with wisdom and kindness. "You have done well, Haruki," the monk said, his voice filled with warmth. "You have not only healed yourself but have brought healing to many others. Your journey is an inspiration." Haruki bowed deeply, his heart overflowing with gratitude. "I owe it all to your teachings, Master Ryo. Your wisdom has transformed my life." Master Ryo shook his head gently. "The wisdom was always within you, Haruki. I merely helped you uncover it. Remember, the true path to wellness is not just the absence of illness but the presence of peace. Continue to nurture your breath, and you will always find your way. As Haruki grew older, he continued to teach and practice mindful breathing, his legacy of healing and peace enduring long after his time. The village thrived, a haven of tranquility and wellness, its people united by the simple yet profound practice of mindful breathing. In his final days, Haruki reflected on his journey, grateful for every breath that had brought him to this moment. Surrounded by friends, family, and students, he took his last breath with a heart full of peace, his spirit soaring into the infinite. His teachings lived on, passed down through generations, a testament to the enduring power of breath. The villagers honored his memory, continuing to practice and share the wisdom of mindful breathing, ensuring that Haruki's legacy of health and serenity would never fade. Centuries later, in a modern world far removed from Haruki's village, people still practiced the art of mindful breathing. His story had become a cherished legend, inspiring countless souls to find solace and healing in their breath. In bustling cities and quiet towns, in homes and hospitals, people sat in meditation, their breath a bridge to the present moment. They found peace in the rhythm of their inhalations and exhalations, a sanctuary within themselves. The teachings of Haruki and Master Ryo continued to resonate, a timeless reminder of the power within each breath. Through mindful breathing, people discovered not only physical wellness but a deeper connection to life itself, a profound sense of unity and peace, and so, the legacy of Haruki's journey lived on, a beacon of hope and healing for all who sought it. In every breath, they found the path to eternal wellness, a testament to the simple yet profound truth that the breath is the essence of life. Thanks for watching. Hope enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Just click the subscribe button below and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Also, feel free to leave a comment and let me know what you'd like to see next. See you in the next video. Imagine a mind as serene as still water, untouched by waves of negativity or disturbances. A mind like this reflects clarity, strength, and peace. Zen and Buddhist teachings emphasize that true mental strength doesn't lie in the suppression of emotions, nor does it arise from a stoic facade. Instead, it emerges from understanding and transcending the habits that subtly drain one's inner power. Just as we cultivate a garden by removing weeds, we must also identify and uproot the habits that weaken our minds. The parable of the mind and the garden. In ancient Zen philosophy, there is a story of a garden that thrived only after its caretaker learned to clear it of toxic plants and wild weeds. The caretaker initially thought adding more plants and flowers would bring beauty, but the reality was different. Over time, the weeds began to stifle the flowers. The gardener had to learn to distinguish between growth and clutter, beauty and burden. Like this garden, our minds flourish when we recognize and eliminate the patterns that hinder growth. Let us explore 10 habits that act as the weeds of our minds, quietly weakening us if left unchecked. By observing each habit and understanding how it affects us, we can learn to cultivate mental resilience and create an environment for inner peace and clarity. 1. Constantly seeking validation. The first and perhaps most insidious habit is the incessant need for validation. Just as a plant cannot grow in the shadow of another, a mind cannot grow if it is always looking to others for approval. Seeking validation is natural. Humans are social beings and often thrive on support. However, when this need becomes excessive, it weakens our self-worth. Every time we look to others to define our value, we give away a piece of our strength. Zen wisdom teaches that true validation must come from within, not from the words or opinions of others. In quiet reflection, remind yourself, you are whole as you are, without anyone's approval. Over time, this practice instills self-assurance and lessens the grip of external validation on your mind. 2. Holding on to grudges. Grudges are a form of mental poison. Holding on to resentment towards others might feel justified, but it primarily affects the one harboring it. Imagine carrying a burning coal in your hand, hoping to throw it at someone else. Ultimately, you only burn yourself. Zen teachings encourage us to let go of grudges as a way to free the mind. Forgiveness isn't about excusing wrongs, it's about releasing the weight that pulls us down. When we forgive, we liberate ourselves from the chains of past hurt. This act of release strengthens the mind, making it lighter and more capable of facing challenges without the burden of resentment. In moments of anger, practice letting go. Visualize the anger dissipating like mist in the morning sun. With time, this practice brings peace, creating a mind that is resilient and unhindered by the past. 3. Overthinking and doubting. Overthinking is like wandering through a misty forest where each step leads deeper into confusion. The more one thinks, the less clarity one finds. Doubt clouds judgment, and indecision robs us of mental strength. In Zen, there is a teaching that compares overthinking to the churning of muddy water. The more we stir, the murkier it becomes. Only in stillness can clarity emerge. When faced with doubt, take a deep breath and allow your mind to settle. With time, the answer often surfaces naturally, like a leaf floating to the top of a still pond. A simple practice of mindful breathing or meditation can help calm overthinking tendencies. Fostering trust in your intuition and decision-making abilities. 4. Comparing yourself to others. Comparison is a thief of joy. When we constantly compare ourselves to others, we forget to value our unique journey and experiences. This habit traps the mind in a cycle of inadequacy, leaving us feeling insufficient and unworthy. Zen teachings remind us that every individual is like a unique flower in a field. One flower does not envy another, it simply blooms in its own time. Embracing this mindset can free you from the chains of comparison and foster self-acceptance. By valuing your own path, you cultivate resilience and a sense of purpose that strengthens the mind in moments of self-doubt. Remember, the only comparison worth making is with your past self, striving to be better than yesterday. 5. Fear of failure. Fear of failure is a mental barrier that holds us back from growth. Just as a tree must weather storms to stand tall, our minds grow stronger by facing and overcoming challenges. Yet, the fear of failing can paralyze us, preventing us from taking even the smallest steps toward our goals. Buddhist teachings encourage viewing failure as an essential part of the journey. It's not an endpoint but a stepping stone toward wisdom. By embracing the possibility of failure, we free ourselves to act boldly, knowing that every experience, whether success or setback, has value. Release the fear of failure by focusing on the journey, not the destination. Each effort makes you stronger and prepares you for the next step on your path. 6. Neglecting self-care. Ignoring self-care may seem harmless, but it subtly erodes mental strength over time. When we constantly put others' needs above our own, we drain our reserves, leaving little energy for resilience and peace. Zen philosophy teaches that taking care of oneself is not selfish, it's essential. Just as a well-nurtured tree provides shade and fruit, a well-cared-for self can offer more to others. Engage in activities that replenish your spirit, whether through meditation, exercise, or simple moments of quiet. These acts strengthen the mind, making it more resilient and ready to face life's demands. In the quiet moments, remember, self-care is the foundation of strength. Not a luxury. 7. Avoiding change. Resisting change is another habit that weakens the mind. The natural world is in a constant state of transformation, rivers flow, seasons shift, and the mind, too, must adapt to maintain harmony. Clinging to the familiar may feel safe, but it limits growth and traps us in stagnation. Zen wisdom encourages embracing change as an opportunity for renewal. By accepting impermanence, we can release the fear of the unknown. When faced with change, instead of resisting, pause and observe. Often, what feels daunting at first leads to personal growth and deeper understanding. Let go of rigidity. Allow change to unfold, trusting that it brings new opportunities to strengthen and enrich your mind. 8. Dwelling on the past. The past is like a book we've already read. We can revisit its pages, but we cannot alter its content. Dwelling on past mistakes or regrets drains mental energy, leaving little room for the present moment. In Buddhist philosophy, there is an emphasis on mindfulness, the art of living fully in the present. By anchoring yourself in the here and now, you reclaim your mental strength. The present is the only time we truly have, and it's where we can make a difference. Whenever your mind drifts to past regrets, gently bring it back to the present, grounding yourself in the reality of now. This simple act of mindfulness is a powerful practice that revitalizes the mind. Building resilience. 9. Seeking control over everything. Attempting to control every aspect of life is like trying to stop the wind. It is a futile effort that only causes frustration and weakness. In striving to control what is uncontrollable, we expend energy and erode our peace. Zen teachings encourage us to accept life's ebb and flow with grace. Recognize that there are aspects of life beyond our control and that sometimes, letting go is the ultimate act of strength. Practice surrendering to the natural order, trusting that life unfolds as it should. This act of release strengthens the mind, creating a sense of calm that can weather any storm. 10. Negative self-talk. The words we speak to ourselves are like seeds planted in the soil of our minds. Negative self-talk is like planting weeds that choke the life from our inner peace and confidence. In Zen, words are seen as reflections of the mind. If we nurture our inner dialogue with kindness, we create an environment where the mind can flourish. Every time a negative thought arises, counter it with a compassionate reminder of your intrinsic worth and potential. This simple practice rewires the mind to be a friend, rather than a foe. By cultivating positive self-talk, you create a foundation of inner strength that helps you face challenges with confidence and resilience. Mental strength is not achieved overnight, it is cultivated, just as a garden is tended to with patience and care. Zen and Buddhist teachings remind us that by mindfully releasing habits that drain us, seeking validation, holding grudges, overthinking, and so forth, we create space for a garden of resilience and peace. Each time you let go of a weakening habit, imagine yourself planting a seed of strength. With time, this garden will bloom, filling your mind with clarity, purpose, and the quiet power of true mental resilience. Embrace these teachings, practice them daily, and witness the transformation as you cultivate a mind that is unwavering, serene, and grounded in the wisdom of Zen. Thanks for watching. Hope enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Just click the subscribe button below and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Also, feel free to leave a comment and let me know what you'd like to see next. See you in the next video. In the quiet, profound realms of Zen and Buddhist philosophy, there exists a subtle yet transformative art, a way to face life's most intense moments without being overtaken by them. It's a method not rooted in suppression but in understanding. In a world that pulls us in every direction, with emotions that seem to overpower us in an instant, we are often left wondering, is it possible to maintain control? The answer lies within the ancient teachings of detachment and observation, allowing us to achieve a state of calm clarity even in the eye of the storm. In Zen and Buddhist thought, one of the deepest expressions of wisdom is the ability to not react impulsively. This practice of emotional control isn't a matter of hardening ourselves or blocking our feelings. Rather, it is about cultivating awareness, a mindful presence that lets us see our emotions for what they are, allowing us to choose responses that align with inner peace and understanding. There is a saying, the heart is like water, it must remain still to reflect the truth. In this journey, we'll explore what this means and how to implement it in daily life. Let us dive into the story, a story of learning the strength of quiet endurance, the beauty of inner harmony, and the transformative power of mastering one's emotions, a life filled with reaction. Once, there was a young student who lived among wise teachers, spending every day studying the principles of peace and balance. However, he struggled constantly with his emotions. Each day, he faced situations that tested his patience, a friend who would criticize him, a family member who would dismiss his feelings, and strangers who seemed rude and impatient. His reactions were immediate and unfiltered. When someone upset him, he became defensive. When someone hurt him, he retaliated either with words or in his thoughts. He believed that he was justified in his anger and frustration, thinking, if others provoke me, how can I not react? In one of his lessons, his teacher noticed his distress and asked, "Why do you carry so much turmoil in your heart?" The student replied, "It's not me, it's them. I try to be calm, but others constantly provoke me. They treat me poorly, and I have no choice but to respond." The teacher listened carefully and then responded with a simple question. If someone gave you a gift and you chose not to accept it, to whom does the gift belong? The student thought for a moment and answered, to the one who offered it. Exactly, said the teacher. Anger, frustration, and insult are like this gift. If you do not accept them, they remain with the giver. You see, your reaction is a choice. The more you allow others' actions to dictate your emotions, the more you surrender your peace to them. These words sparked a realization within the student, but he was still unsure how to proceed. How could he face life without reacting? The teacher sensed his confusion and began to guide him in the ancient art of mastering one's emotions, the journey of observation, learning the first step to emotional control. The teacher instructed the student to observe his emotions as they arose, without judgment. Each morning, he was to sit in silence, close his eyes, and allow any emotions within him to surface. The goal was not to suppress or change these feelings but to see them for what they were. At first, this practice felt strange and difficult. When anger or sadness arose, he instinctively wanted to either push them away or act on them. But gradually, he learned to sit with these emotions. Noticing the physical sensations, the tightness in his chest, the heat of anger, the sinking feeling of sadness. By observing, he began to understand that emotions were like waves in the ocean, rising and falling, moving and shifting, but ultimately passing. Through consistent practice, he found that his emotions no longer had the same power over him. When he observed them, they softened. He discovered a profound insight: emotions are temporary. They are merely visitors passing through the mind, and he did not need to act on them or allow them to disrupt his peace. Mindfulness in action, choosing to respond, not react. As his practice deepened, the student faced a test. One day, while out walking, he encountered a person who was openly hostile toward him. This person hurled insults and criticisms, trying to provoke him. In the past, he would have reacted immediately, either by responding angrily or by internalizing the hurt. But this time, he paused. In that pause, he remembered his teacher's words: a wise person chooses not to react. Instead of reacting, he observed his feelings as they arose. He noticed the urge to defend himself, to argue back. But he didn't act on these urges. Instead, he took a slow breath, feeling his body calm, and chose to walk away. Afterward, he felt a strange sense of satisfaction. Not the satisfaction of winning or proving himself, but the satisfaction of knowing he had chosen peace over turmoil. By not reacting, he realized he had preserved his inner harmony. He had also taken the first steps in mastering the art of emotional control, understanding the true nature of emotions, impermanence and emptiness. As the student continued his journey, he became more aware of the teachings on the nature of emotions. His teacher shared a fundamental concept of Buddhist philosophy, the idea of impermanence. Emotions are like clouds in the sky, the teacher explained. They come and go, they appear and disappear. Just as a storm cannot last forever, neither can emotions. This teaching offered him profound relief. In the past, he had thought of emotions as permanent parts of his identity. If he felt anger, he believed he was angry. If he felt sadness, he identified himself as sad. But now he understood that emotions were temporary states, not defining characteristics. He also learned about emptiness, the idea that emotions have no true substance. Emotions arise due to conditions, past experiences, thoughts, or external situations, but they have no independent existence. This understanding allowed him to see his emotions from a distance. They were simply passing experiences, not aspects of who he was. With this realization, he found that he could let emotions arise and pass without attaching his identity to them. By seeing them as fleeting, he could remain unaffected, like the mountain unmoved by the wind. The power of not reacting, real-life applications and wisdom. As he began to apply these teachings, the student found that his relationships improved. When others were upset or critical, he no longer took their words personally. He understood that their reactions were reflections of their own state, not judgments of his worth. Instead of reacting with defensiveness or anger, he responded with compassion and understanding. This shift did not mean that he let others walk over him. Rather, he was now able to set boundaries calmly and assertively without anger clouding his mind. In his interactions, he found that by maintaining his composure, he had a calming influence on others. People began to trust him, seeking his counsel, as they sensed the peaceful energy he embodied. By not reacting, he was able to see situations more clearly, make better decisions, and maintain his own peace even in challenging circumstances. Final realization: finding peace through inner silence. In time, the student came to understand the ultimate lesson of non-reaction, inner silence. By observing his emotions, understanding their nature, and choosing not to react, he cultivated a space of stillness within himself. This inner silence became his refuge, a sanctuary untouched by the external world. In this silence, he discovered the essence of true freedom. No longer did he feel controlled by emotions, no longer did he react impulsively. He had found an unshakable calmness, a state of mind that was vast and open, like the sky. Through this journey, he had unlocked the power of not reacting, a power rooted in understanding, compassion, and inner peace. In choosing not to react, he had become the master of his emotions, and in doing so, he had found lasting freedom and contentment. Embracing the journey of non-reaction, the path of emotional mastery, is a lifelong journey. By observing our emotions without judgment, understanding their impermanent nature, and choosing to respond mindfully rather than react impulsively, we cultivate the power of non-reaction. This practice is not about becoming emotionless or detached, but about finding a place of calm from which we can act with wisdom, compassion, and clarity. As the student discovered, the power of not reacting is transformative. It allows us to face life's challenges with grace, to meet difficult moments with strength, and to find peace within ourselves regardless of external circumstances. It is a practice that requires patience and dedication, but with each step, we move closer to the profound tranquility that Zen and Buddhist philosophy offers, a tranquility that arises not from avoiding emotions but from understanding and embracing them. In this quiet mastery of our emotions, we find true freedom, the freedom to live each moment with presence, clarity, and peace. And in this peace, we uncover the deepest wisdom, that by choosing not to react, we hold the key to our own happiness. Thanks for watching. Hope enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Just click the subscribe button below and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Also, feel free to leave a comment and let me know what you'd like to see next. See you in the next video.